Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to the Muslim Career Guide with your host, Aliyah Qayyum. Today I'm joined with sister Meg. Jazakallah khair so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so do you want to give me a brief introduction of like who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Meg. I'm 20 years old. I recently converted to Islam. I actually took my Shahada
MashaAllah.
back in May,
Oh
so
wow, mashallah.
brand new. I am a student at my university, and I am a cybersecurity information systems major. And currently, I am a barista at Starbucks. uh, in my other free time that I have.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I mean, mashallah, it's amazing, and congratulations on the shahada. That's so
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah. So before we jump into the interview, I like to do a just icebreaker questions. But I guess I just do like rapid fire, quick, silly questions. You can give your most current answer.
All right.
Perfect. So, what is your favorite book?
Um, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, that's one's a good one. And then what is your favorite emoji?
I always use. There's a really new one, and it's the guy that's kind of like blowing like a breath. It's kind of
Oh,
his eyes like.
I mean I don't remember that one.
It is like brand new. It is like the newest update.
Oh
I'm always
wow.
using that one.
Oh wow. Texting or calling?
Texting.
Okay, and then favorite recent purchase.
Um, this new Kimar I have coming in the mail.
Ooh. And then the last thing is one thing that you don't understand.
Ooh, people that are rude for no reason.
Oh yeah, definitely. That one's just really confusing.
Yes.
Yeah, we could jump straight to the interview now. Thank you for those like rapid fire questions.
Mhm.
So the first question is, what is cybersecurity and information systems? For maybe those of the viewers who are not so familiar with it.
So it is, there's a lot behind it,
Mm-hmm.
but to summarize it short, it is mainly about making sure that either personal computers, computers for businesses, or on a larger scale, computers and systems for the government are safe from having, data stolen, information about their like clients or things like that stolen. Um, it's like it is literally like having a security personnel just for your technology.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. That was a good way of putting it. Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes it can be confusing, but that's a really good simple term of putting it. Like pretty much security person for the technology or the
Yeah,
information.
like having a bodyguard.
Exactly, exactly. And why did you decide you wanted to major in cybersecurity and information systems?
It wasn't an easy choice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I got into high school and I knew what I wanted to do when I left.
Yeah.
I questioned doing like graphic design and architecture because I'm an artist and I really enjoy creating things. But I joined a team in high school that did like these national security little competitions. And my team actually went to nationals. We placed 13th out of like 1,400 other teams. And I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of the moment where I decided this is kind of the career path I want to go on. My dad had shown me computer things growing up,
Mm-hmm.
so it was already kind of there,
Yeah.
but that kind of just like facilitated that decision.
Right.
And I'm in my second year of college now, and it was a good choice.
Mm-hmm. And was it like?
I
Yeah, go ahead.
I just like I'm glad I chose it. I think I
Exactly.
like it more than doing any of the others that I
Yeah.
considered.
No, 100%. Was it something that you expected? Like, were you I guess surprised when you did enter college for cybersecurity? Were you like, what you're learning now, was that what you were expecting, or is it something completely different?
I was kind of expecting it. I kind of knew what kind of classes I was going to be taking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't know initially that my school, the way they do this degree is that it's under the business school.
Oh.
And I didn't know that I was going to have to be taking business classes as well,
Oh wow.
which scared me because cybersecurity doesn't really sound like it would um, go well with business.
Mm-hmm.
So I was worried that the business classes were going to ruin it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually really enjoy both sides of it, which I think makes me um, would make me a better employee, really,
Right.
just because I now know that I have the business side and it's not just me sitting in a dark room typing on a computer all the time.
Exactly. No, definitely. I think it's like a one up, like when you're like going for jobs and stuff like that, like they see that you have the business side, and I think it gives you the one up. So it's definitely like a benefit for it.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
was definitely worried that like I wasn't gonna make it through economics or accounting or any of that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it worked out.
Yeah, that's great. And what are some of the career options that are available with cybersecurity information systems?
The crazy thing about that is that I can pretty much work anywhere I want in the world.
Oh wow.
Um, I've been looking at Google, Microsoft, Apple. Um, Starbucks even needs people on the corporate level. Um, I can work for like vehicle manufacturers, makeup companies, government agencies, contractors, anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have a lot of options, which is amazing for me because I love traveling.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And it's like, I know, because you might not think of it as something like Starbucks, but like they have their websites and things like that. Like a
Mhm.
lot of companies have their systems online. So cybersecurity is extremely important for them, obviously.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think about like businesses and stuff having people in this field do things
Mm-hmm.
for them. But you think Starbucks has to have a lot of personal information like credit cards and addresses,
Yeah.
and there are people out there that want to steal that. So,
Yeah. Definitely. Makes sense. And what is something that surprised you the most when you went to school for cybersecurity?
how little women are
Yeah.
in my field.
Yeah.
Most of my classes, if I'm not the only girl, it is me and one other person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but luckily, my professors don't treat me any different. They don't have any like in some fields, especially with engineers, which is another major that my school like prioritizes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a very big stigma around women working in those fields.
Right.
Um, and I'm really glad that at least in the classes that I've been in so far, my professors and my other classmates, they're not demeaning,
Right.
which is also very surprising to me. I expected to go in and be like, "You're a woman, you don't know what you're doing."
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
100%.
everybody is really supportive and amazing, which I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't expecting at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's also surprising to me, like, hearing you say that when there's such few women. I know, like, generally speaking, it is a male-dominated space, but, like,
Mhm.
more women have started to enter the tech spaces and stuff. So, the fact that there's still, like, a very small amount, especially in, like, the environment that you're in, is honestly, like, crazy. But just, like, what is it like being specifically a Muslim woman who was pursuing cybersecurity in such, like, I guess, when already there's no woman, or very few women, at least, pursuing that career?
Luckily nowadays, a lot of companies are looking for diversity. So
Mm-hmm.
not only being a woman, but also now being a Muslim woman,
Mm-hmm.
I have top priority when I apply for jobs,
Yeah.
because employers want to be able to say that they have a diverse like community, um, which some people could say, "Oh, it's not fair. You're getting like brownie points because you're a Muslim woman," but it gives me a chance to show my abilities, and they're not just looking for a white man to come work for them.
Right.
They care about who I am and my identity, and they want that a part of their company, and that
Mhm.
gives me ability to do what I can do, and it allows them to be able to say, hey, we're hiring women and they're doing just as well as the men that we've had.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And I think for so long, people of minority weren't asked for job positions. So now it's like the tables are flipped more now, and where people of minority are being more, I guess, like brought into jobs, and diversity is being increased. Like, oh, that's like amazing that we don't have to worry about, oh, just because I'm this color, just because I'm this religion or faith,
Mm-hmm.
I can't get into this job. So I think that's, we've gone better, at least in that sense.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And I am very thankful for that.
100%. And what are some of the classes that you've taken so far with your major? And they can be your favorite, sometimes even your least favorite too.
My favorites so
Yeah.
far have been microeconomics and my Python coding class that I took my first semester of sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those were really fun. My Python class, I learned how to turn my computer into my own personal calculator,
Wow.
which is something I wish I would have learned in high school. It would
Yeah.
have helped me in my math classes tremendously, and I'm still so mad that I didn't learn about it before. My least favorite, pretty much any of the core um, kind of generic classes you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, English to me was just really boring.
Yeah.
I I don't, it's not that I don't like English.
Yeah.
I just it was very dry
Yeah.
and hard to sit through.
Yeah.
But I made it. I
Yeah.
passed it.
There you go. That's what's important.
I did what I had to do.
Exactly. No, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I didn't actually know beforehand, but like a lot of universities still require a lot of core courses. I kind of thought like pick whatever courses you want. So that's like I think a huge misconception people have like initially that that's what university is like.
Oh yeah, your first couple years of college are your generic
Yeah.
core classes. Math, science,
Mm-hmm.
English, all of those,
Right.
which you can sprinkle a couple of major classes in there, like I did with my Python class, so that I wasn't just like, are you kidding me? Um,
Yeah.
but it you get through them pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
considering that a semester in college you are taking a class and getting it over with. You get through them pretty quickly. You
Mm-hmm.
just kind of have to suffer through them for that period of time that you are in them.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And do you find that you get a lot of hands-on experiences in your classes in your school that you can probably use maybe later on once you do enter the career field?
Oh, definitely. Especially in my Python class, we wrote a lot of little programs and stuff in class. We wrote programs for our homework and we wrote
Mm.
them for our exams. And I still remember how to do stuff, even though it's been months since I've been in there. And I haven't really used anything since then. Um, we get to do a lot of building and creating. And I'm really thankful for the teachers at my school just because they're very, it's not all about group projects,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which I know can be a little detrimental sometimes uh, to your grade and your ability to learn. I find that I learn better when I'm by myself, kind of getting my hands on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thankful that most of my professors are like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of chances to do things that are actually going to help me once I get out of college.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's amazing. And how has COVID like affected that for you and your hands-on experience that you were able to have at least initially?
Surprisingly, I think I'm lucky because of the field I'm in.
Right.
Most of my contact is with technology.
Mm-hmm.
So the most that it affected me is that we had to distance in the classroom. Other than that, we were still able to do hands-on things with computers. We were still able to go and do things with our networks and see how all the cables went in and which things went where and set our own stuff up. But that can't be said for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that in my field, COVID didn't really change much.
Yeah. No, because a lot of us already have technology at our homes. Like, you probably could just, like, maybe have to tweak a few things, and overall, you were able to do your assignments and things like that at home, too.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Doing a degree that's centered around technology, it's very easy to do your
Yeah.
work from home.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. And if this is the last question that I ask all my guests, but if you could give any piece of advice to someone who wants to pursue a career or enter college or university for cybersecurity and information systems, what would it be?
Don't tell yourself you're not the right person. I constantly still, even though I'm in school, I question like, am I really supposed to be doing this?
Yeah.
Am I like smart enough to be doing this? But you just sometimes you got to take leaps that make you uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
and they're worth it.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think that's sometimes something that we can all have. Like, if we're kind of going to pursue anything, it's like, am I really going to be able to do this? Am I going to be okay, like, fine, or am I going to be good at this? And that's like, I feel like a thought that we all have in the back of our mind all the time whenever we do anything.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
am a I get imposter syndrome really, really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
There'll be some nights that I'm like, maybe I should change my major. Like, am I really doing what I want to be doing? But
Yeah.
then I am in my classes and I'm like enjoying it. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just psyching myself out.
Yeah. No, 100%. And Janaka, so much, Sister May, for joining us today. Where can everyone find you?
Uh, Instagram, uh, just out of mediocrity is my handle. I know it's really long. um, and Facebook, Meg Compton. That's all the social media I have. But
Yeah,
yeah,
perfect. We'll leave the links in the description box down below, along with SunnahCamp's links, and inshallah, we will guys see you guys all next Thursday. Assalamu alaikum.